even though I'm not your brother.
Hey, what's up, Jaycee?
Woo!
Woo!
What's up, motherfuckers?
What
Yeah.
up? We are alive, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Slightly Original Presents, our newest premiere Wednesday night stream. Coming at you hot through the internet waves.
Coming at you hot like a hotcake.
Boo, boo, boo. That's right. Rap air horns. My name is PJ.
My name is Scott.
And tonight, we have a very, very handsome special guest, JC.
Would you like to be in the middle, Jaycee? It could be a Jaycee sandwich.
Ooh.
We'll be the
Oh,
bread.
hell yeah, man.
We'll be the bread, my man.
Ooh, I'll be the bread.
What kind of bread? It's got to be rye. Better be
Delicious.
rye.
Any kind of bread you want, man.
My dude, introduce yourself, man. Tell us a little bit about what's going on with you, my friend. What's new? What's the haps?
Where should I put him?
Not much. So yeah, for those of you who don't know, my name is Jaycee Salinas. I'm the creative director of Ask an Enemy Studios out of El Paso, Texas. And I just got home from Washington, D.C.
Ooh.
Nice, man. We are cutting
Yeah.
so close.
Yeah, totally, man.
Okay, I don't know where to put you. I'm sorry, man. We love you
You're
to
just,
death.
I'm too distracted.
Oh, it's all
Okay,
good, man. Yeah,
so you just
don't
got back from
worry about
DC. Tell us about what was going on up in DC, my dude.
So I was up in D.C. for Sam Arcade, which was at the Smithsonian American Art Museum. And yeah, it was just a bunch of like independent developers, which they called us the professional developers. And then they had like a student showcase of like student developers. So it was like student developers and professional developers, which I thought was kind of cool.
That is kind of cool, actually.
Yeah, totally. So it was like 7 student projects, I think, and the rest of us, I think there was 40 independent developers. Games like Perception. These guys that I've met, the Sheep's Meow, they have a game called Exposure. A whole bunch of different games, man, and the variety was like massive. Like it was such a jump from one game to the other. It was pretty intense.
Hell yeah, man. So tell us about some of the student projects that you were seeing. Like what kind of stuff did they have over there?
Well, I didn't really get a chance to walk around much,
enough.
but from one of the developers that came up to the booth was they were working on some game, which I had to look it up. I totally forgot, but it was one of the student games, and it had they did some kind of like mechanical thing where it was mostly for people without arms. It was like some kind of like, if they had a problem, like for whatever reason, they had their arm missing or whatever, but they came up with some type of like glove thing that they would put on people, and they would like be able to control the game that way. I didn't really find out the details of it, but I thought it was really cool.
Was it like a power glove?
Kinda, yeah. Well, it was
wish.
more like sensors, like like sensors you put on your arm or something. Yeah,
Yeah.
It wasn't that fucking cool, but it was just the idea of it was sounded amazing. But like, and for them to put that much thought into something so specific, you know what I mean?
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Like, yeah. I thought that was really cool.
I love, we were just talking to somebody about developers that do like a lot of focus on like accessibility.
Yeah, so Alexander.
Yeah, like
Pashal-
hardware kind of stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
For like folks with disability, people who do like
Yeah.
color, people who are colorblind, they do different color palettes for games, things
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
It was at Epic Studios when we were at Epic.
Yeah.
Yeah, our buddy Alex, he was a community manager for the Unreal Engine. His wife actually worked there, and she was Kate was the one who does like all the disability stuff.
Yeah. It's
So-
really fascinating, actually. The work that they do, it's awesome. Great work.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's cool, man. That's really cool that you got to see that, though.
Yeah, totally, man. It was super rad.
How did this work? Did they invite you to it, or did you have to like apply?
Yeah, so it was another one of those things, like I've told you guys, I had never stopped submitting to events or whatever, and this was one of those events that I just submitted to, and, they sent out an email and said, hey, you're in the top 20%. It doesn't necessarily mean you're selected yet, but hey, at least you've made it that far. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I didn't think anything of it. I was like, all right, like usually happens. You just like, oh, nothing will come of it. But then like a week later, they're like, no, you're one of the top, 10% or whatever that we chose for the
hell yeah.
event. So yeah, totally.
Dude.
I was selected for it, so that always means a lot more.
That's so cool, man. Like, what's
Yeah.
do you know, like, the criteria that goes into, like, them picking you? Is it, like, following, or do they just really, do you have to send them a code to your game, or do they just look at, like, your info?
So that was a surprising thing. If I remember correctly, no, they did actually play it. Yeah, you had to submit a key. So
Okay.
For all these event submissions, I always use itch.io because it's a lot easier than, like, Steam lets you kind of, like, pull out keys or whatever, but you kind of have to request them and stuff like that. And with me, like, I always do it to the end of the the very last second of submission for the most part.
Yeah.
And itch.io just lets me, like, instantly bust out keys and then give them out, so I don't have to wait for Steam. And I don't know, maybe people have different ways of doing that. Like, maybe some people like already have a bunch of keys they requested from Steam, and then they just kind of pass them out that way.
That'd be good.
But yeah, I've also held off on doing the Steam thing for a bit. itch.io makes it a little easier for you to give out keys for events, and then if needed, you can revoke them or whatever.
Bingo.
Yeah, because
Luckily it's alright.
yeah, exactly. itch.io is not going to be the final version of the game anyway, so
Sure.
I kind of don't want people to hold on to an old version of the game or whatever.
No, that's understandable, man. Absolutely.
Yeah, totally.
But,
But
yeah.
yeah, you guys got something, a little something in your email.
Did we? Right now, or are you talking about before?
Oh no, I'm talking about early access to the Steam version.
Can you see,
Right,
can you
right.
see stats? Because I was totally on the top of the leaderboard the other day. Like,
Oh
yesterday.
yeah, so I haven't checked it recently because I've been busy doing other stuff.
Sure,
but
yeah.
that was the first thing I was going to do when I got home because I like checking to see. I like to see, because especially with like other events, I was about to say who it was, but I can't say it. You get to see their names pop up, and I'm like, oh, nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, so you could kind of see that. That's
Yeah.
kind of rad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, no, that's got to be really exciting, though. I think that, the number one thing about making games, right, is entertaining people and making them happy. So when you can see real-time stats of, like, how many times, this person must have played this game to get this high score. If you have more, like, data like that, it's like, oh, like how many retries they got. Or look at how many times Scott died in the first 20 minutes he had the game, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
How many times
Yeah.
I restarted.
Well, so that's awesome, dude, because that's actually what I can't wait to see. Like, once the game's kind of like out, or even if like the beta stuff happens, like, that's going to be cool, because I can't wait to see, like, the scores that post, let alone like how I see people play it at events.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of time they put in at an event where they could be playing like a ton of other games, you know what I mean?
Sure.
So yeah, to see someone really put all that time into it is going to be pretty intense.
Man. So, let's talk a moment about the Kickstarter.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I was going to say, so you've had a few announcements as of late, in addition to the Kickstarter that we've been talking about quite a bit on the show. Do you want to tell us a little bit more? Give us a little bit of an in-depth look into the concept behind the Kickstarter and kind of what you want to accomplish with it?
Yeah, so obviously the whole point of the Kickstarter is, and the reason I went with Kickstarter over everything, like, Indiegogo and all that kind of stuff, is mostly because with the Kickstarter, like, it's all or
no.
nothing. So, what happened?
Oh, no, it's just a real loud noise. We went to your Kickstarter page and it started playing noise. Sorry.
It's probably the stream underneath.
Oh, got it.
You can scroll up a little maybe and
Oh, this is about to get meta.
Oh, boy.
So I was actually just testing to make sure that the stream was coming through, and it's still on your guys' static page, but
Sweet.
it might have been a commercial.
No worries. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, it's all good, man.
Hold on 1 second.
Beautiful.
Techno. Okay.
All right, well, hey,
We're just
Kickstarter. We're just going to go right back to here because that was, that surprised me a little bit. So, yeah, the Kickstarter.
That's what we'll do. I'll post the link in the chat.
Yeah, post a link in chat. So and this is something that we've said multiple times during the show, is we are so excited that you're doing the Kickstarter because you just want to finish the game. It's not like, hey, I got an idea for a game, because we've seen some Kickstarter videos that are like that. Like, I have no experience. I don't know how to make games, but I got the idea for the best game ever. Give me $1 million and I'll make it happen. You know what I'm talking about.
I
You
know
that
exactly.
guy.
Yeah.
So
I know
to you, you're like, hey, I made the game, right? I've been working on it for 3 years. This is who I am. This is what the game is. You want to help me finish it? let's do
Yeah.
it.
Dude, let's
You
fucking
know,
do
it's
it.
like you're straight to the point. You're like, I am not freaking around with this.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah, we said that multiple times when we were watching and we were going through your Kickstarter and kind of reading it and kind of figuring out what was up with it. And that was the first thing that we said was like, this is a no bullshit, no frills fucking Kickstarter, man.
Yeah,
This
absolutely.
is straight to the point. Yeah, we dig that, man.
Yeah, and believe it or not, like I actually had the video was originally a little more, even more direct than it was, I guess, if you could say that compared to the one that I ended up posting up.
Right.
But yeah, I wanted it to be like as simple as possible, and I obviously wanted to explain the game for people who weren't familiar with the game, but you also don't want to over-explain it because how many people are really even going to fucking read that? You know what I mean?
True.
Yeah.
But yeah, over anything, I get that's the primary point. Is the whole purpose of the Kickstarter was to see if there's a possibility for me to quit my day job and work on the game full time for the last like 10%, so I could put as much as possible as if I haven't already, right? But
Right.
like as much like just attention to detail as possible, without the distraction of having to come home from work and being all like super tired or whatever the fuck.
Right.
But also in the same sense, if it doesn't work out, then anybody who put money in or who because obviously Kickstarter doesn't charge you until it's done. That's kind of the idea is if it wasn't successfully funded, then everyone just goes about their day and I still continue the way I did before. So it was not it's not even really like a waste of time because I also even got to build up like a couple more people that maybe never heard about the game before until the Kickstarter and stuff like that.
Right.
That's kind of what the whole meeting with Kickstarter was at E3. That's what it was all about. It was just like talking to them about, like the type of things that I had issues with Kickstarter to begin with. Like I always imagined Kickstarter as like the modern day like panhandling. Yeah, it's just like someone coming up and being like, hey, you got a couple bucks for like a beer or something, That was my personal like opinion on some stuff. Like I've obviously backed some stuff, and some of that stuff never comes to light, and I think that's kind of the thing that burns people out on some of that stuff.
Yeah. So you had a meeting with them. You actually like sat down and like talked with their people.
Yeah, totally.
That's
all two of them.
Yeah, that's interesting
Like-
though. I don't know. I that's kind of cool. How did you set up that meeting? Did you reach out to them or did you just kind of stumble upon it?
So that was another reason why I ended up doing it because they reached out to me at E3. So like, well, when you're on E3, you get on these like lists of people that can contact you and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to E3 like I normally would. But I started this year for some reason of all the other years. This year was one of the years where I actually started getting emails from people like interested in the game, like people from like PR people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And one of those people was Anya from Kickstarter. And she just emailed me and she's like, hey, your game looks like really interesting based on what we've seen. We really think it would do pretty well on Kickstarter. Like, at least there are some people that like backing like arcadey type games like that. And again, even from that point, like directly to the email I told her too, I was like, I've kind of had my reservations on Kickstarter or whatever. She's all, well, it couldn't hurt to just meet up at E3. If you're going to be there anyway, let's at least talk.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that was it. Is I met up with her, talked about stuff, and yeah, one thing just led to another. I gave it a lot of thought over the last like month or so, and put a lot of thought into reward tiers and stuff. And let me know if I'm just going on too much shit or
No,
whatever.
dude, you're
here.
good.
You're good.
You're
This is
good.
all
Yeah.
about you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, so it's also, so again, as always, guys, like, if people are considering doing their own, maybe they can learn something from my dumbass too. So, but yeah, that's the idea, is like I put a lot of thought into whether to do physical tiers and stuff, like physical rewards, I mean.
Right,
So
right.
like, yeah, like I hate asking for money when I can't give something in return. And that was one of the main reasons why I didn't want to do a Kickstarter. Because like, again, it was that idea of like, I'm asking for money, but you're not going to get something for maybe like another couple months. But yeah, I thought, well, maybe what if I did like some physical stuff, like I added like some posters or like coffee mugs and stuff like that. Like people would be into that. And then at the same time, throw in like digital rewards, right? Like the thing about putting you into the credits and putting a video of you into the credits and stuff like that.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you really have to put a lot of thought into that stuff, man. Because like, outside of like a physical tier where it's reward, where it's like a poster, like you still have to think, oh well, what's going to be on the poster? Like what, all that kind of stuff, and then you still have to make it.
Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, so to put a little bit of thought into that was the idea of the physical reward tiers are like exponentially add cost that you don't necessarily need.
Right.
You know, like it adds. So I'll be like completely transparent about all this because it's going to be obvious at one point that originally my goal was 75,000, and the reason for that was because like almost 20,000 of that was nothing but reward tiers. And you know, most people are like, well, why are posters so much? And it's like, because you have to buy the fucking tube, you have to put it in the tube, you have to individually
mallet.
in person, yeah. All those costs add up. So it's like you put if I were to put the Excel sheet, which this is the first time I've put an Excel sheet together in like the last, I guess, 20 years or whatever, because I haven't touched one of those since like, I don't know, middle school or something. Yeah, if you were to see that, like you could see like where all of this cost is going and each individual coffee mug and stuff like that. And then still putting time into having to design the coffee mug, you know?
Yeah.
Sure.
That stuff.
Because you gotta you gotta get in contact with like distributors. You have to, there's so much extra shit. I mean, does Kickstarter help you with that, or is that just that's all on you?
That's all you, man. Like
Dude.
you have to put all that thought into it. Yeah.
That's bananas, man. That's bananas. I was just reading earlier today, Concept, the guys that did Mighty Number 9.
Okay.
Which turned out to be not a great Kickstarter. They ended up shipping out. They had like a physical edition, whatever, of like a hard box.
Okay. Yeah.
And then like a manual or whatever. So they tried shipping it out, but it's been a year since the Kickstarter finished, and they just started shipping them out like this week.
Yeah.
Like a year later.
And that was the thing, right? Wasn't it like that? They shipped out the what do you call it? They shipped out the box or whatever, but the manual that was supposed to go in the box didn't even fit in the box.
Fit in it,
yeah, it's like it makes you wonder whether they really put the thought into putting that thing out, or if it was a really last minute thing that was just kind of, oh fuck guys, we need to send these things out too, you know? And yeah, man, like that kind of stuff.
Well, that's the wildest. See, that's the coolest thing about Kickstarter to me, though, is you're like one guy, and you did this whole goddamn thing yourself. You're doing the game yourself. You did the whole Kickstarter yourself. Concept is a pretty decently sized company. They have a lot of people. They have a lot of hard hitters, old industry guys that are in that company.
They couldn't hack it.
And they couldn't hack it, man. And you're crushing it. Oh, man, dude. Yeah, you got to be proud of yourself for that, man.
Yeah, to a certain extent, man. And that's what I'm talking about is the idea of like, you know, having to put all this thought into all these things is like stuff dude, without a doubt want to do. So here's the thing, and this is what I want to show you guys.
Yeah.
So this little 3D printed model, right? I'm going to show you here.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, we saw those.
Yeah. Did you have those?
So these are different, though.
Oh.
These are actually, yeah, you can kind of see it there.
Yeah.
So this is like a 3D printed model directly from the game. So like this is the actual like cubicle, you know, 3D model that was printed.
That's
using
awesome.
It's like a website called iMaterialize, and like the new cubicle version has. Oh, cool, thanks. So I was texting my girlfriend. That's why I was on the phone. The coffee mug. I want to show you guys that.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, just showing you guys the kind of like stuff, the thought and work that I had to put into trying to even start the idea of a physical reward, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is like and you can't really see it on like it looks kind of cool on the camera, but when you actually pull in and like see the detail, like it's not that great. It's kind of jacked or whatever.
Sure.
But I had to order this little piece right here, just this. I think it was 1 by 1 by 0.5 or something in terms of inches and stuff.
Yeah,
this was $17.
You say 17?
Yeah, $17 for just this little thing.
Oh my god.
Shipping was free, but I think that was like,
Well,
I
yeah,
don't know, some kind
it has to be, doesn't it?
First,
Yeah,
that
exactly.
It's like, well, it actually costs
Yeah.
$4 to make, but shipping,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's multicolored, so that was one of the reasons why I experimented with it. I was like, okay, well, it has, like, I don't have to get one, like, a resin, just a simple one color, whatever, right? Then bring it home and then individually fucking paint all of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I limited it to, like, $25, but or 25 reward tiers or whatever, yeah. But still, that reward tier would have been, like, the $400 reward tier on there because, you know, shipping and everything, and then it included other stuff in there also. So it's not like this was just $400.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would have been this ship, the DFR. This is the HRD, the DFR, and then the Tracker, which is the little like enemy guy on the left hand side. But yeah, so you got to think about that. You know, something this small, and this wasn't even the size I wanted to print it at. This was just like, I'm gonna see what it looks like at the default. You know, I imported it, see what it prints like.
Right.
I wanted them to be like massive, maybe like, you know,
something you can actually
6 inches or something.
Like on a shelf.
Yeah, and then my brother was like, fucking, hey, you know what? Maybe we could even modify them and put LED lights so the little what is it, the
headlight kind of thing, right? Or the
cockpit,
the front, the capsule,
the cockpit. There you
go.
Yeah, dude,
cockpit.
I need more coffee, man.
Need more cockpit.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, so he was thinking that, and I'm like, dude, no, hell no, that's way too much shit. Yeah, just, put that thought into it, and then the coffee mug would have been something like this, but it would have been red. They actually sent the wrong color. This was free, at least. Their samples were free.
It's like a tester?
Yeah, and it's from this company. I don't know if you guys want to.
Oh, cool. All right, shouts out 4imprint.
I know,
Check
right?
them out, guys. They
have
free mugs.
By 4imprint.
Yeah, really cool mug, dude. Yeah. So just stuff like if I was backing a game, I would have liked,
Yeah.
But then it became really personal, where I was like, well, I like that, but that doesn't mean someone else is going to want a fucking coffee mug.
That's true.
Yeah, that's the hardest part too, because you got to think, when you're marketing that stuff, it's about, you got to really think, well, okay, who's my base, right? Who likes this kind of game? Well, what kind of stuff do they like? What kind of, like we were talking in that meeting the other day, what kind of music do they like? Everything about these people, so that you can figure out exactly what they want. And then that might not be anything you want, but you still have to cater to that market. So it's hard. It's real hard.
Yeah, totally, man. And that's kind of where that whole idea comes out, where, a lot of people will start to oh, well, I'm sorry. I kind of I was thinking of something else, but the idea of doing the Kickstarter with, for someone who's just like, oh, I just have an idea, let's see if we could do this. No, I've been taking this game for the last 2 years to PAX and RTX and stuff,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've had people play it and understand it, and, at PAX East or whatever, you guys were there and you saw those 3D printed models. Yeah. So in particular, I gave away to the top 3 people who were playing the game all weekend. And, they didn't expect it, but at the same time, I was like, dude, you guys helped me find some bugs that I probably wouldn't have found at this rate. And again, it goes back to the idea of you guys had all this other shit you could have been doing all weekend, and you were here,
Spend that time playing your game, man.
East was big this year. South was even bigger than it was when you and I first met at one of the other PAX Souths. It was they're getting bigger, right? So there's so much more stuff. And that is a testament to how awesome your game is, by how many people keep coming back. Because we were doing our rounds, right? We were doing all of our media stuff, and then we would come back and we would see you sitting there talking to people, and we'd be kind of hanging out in the back listening to people talk about the game. And they would say, oh yeah, man, I played this an hour ago.
Yeah.
I think I figured it out. I came back. I'm gonna play again. I'm gonna beat that score. And man, it is so exciting to see. Honestly, man. I mean, you should really be just super proud, man, of all the hard work you've done.
That's cool. That was actually, because we would hang back and just kind of, just listen and just kind of try to conversate with people and kind of get their thoughts on it. And it was nothing but positive, man. And that was the coolest thing, is that they were so jazzed. It's that's
kind of the cool thing that I saw at, I see it at every single event, dude. And this is what I love about doing these events, is these patterns that you see, of these people that are you always get the person who's interested, they kind of eye it, and then they're like, oh wait, so you're controlling both sides or whatever, and then they'll come in a little more, and that's kind of where I'm like, yeah, you're doing this or whatever, and I pull them in, and then they see the guy playing it, and then that person dies or whatever, and they're like, all right, yeah, so then they try it, and they die almost immediately on their first shot, but then they're like, okay, wait, I think I got this. And then they stick with it, and that's awesome. But then you also get the people who are completely intimidated by it.
Sure.
And even some of those also still are give it a shot and stick with it, and it's pretty cool, Yeah, so it's just really weird, because going back to the idea of the Kickstarter and how whatever it's currently at, that's not important to me. I mean, sure, I do want it to get funded and all that, of course, but
Sure.
it's the idea, seeing the people that that kind of like backed it like super early, and it's that same idea that you kind of see of people playing the game where they kind of just don't give up. You know, they see something there and they just keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I made my point there, but it's
totally
just
did.
the idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm the type of player that's like, okay, I'm going, fuck, I died.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do it again. Damn it.
And again.
Okay, I'm going to go again.
Yeah.
Frick. Okay, I'm going to go again.
Yeah.
So
And that's the funny thing too, is your game lends itself so well to that type of mindset where
Yeah.
it's like, oh shit, I could have done this. Well, okay, I'm gonna go back and do it again. And then it's like, oh wait, but now I could have done this. Now
Right.
it's like, okay, well, I guess I just played this game for fucking 4 hours.
yep.
Yeah, totally. And so, real quick, just to kind of go into a story about Sam Arcade. Like, there was this kid. Again, patterns. There's always someone who plays it nonstop and then ends up explaining. You guys saw this. Ends up explaining it for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was awesome. Nice.
Hell yeah.
Cool. Thank you for the
So
follow.
yeah, you So there's this kid who did that, and basically what happened was he was like from Iowa, I want to say, and he met with his dad there at DC, and they were going to go around and just go to the different museums. So again, this wasn't. It goes back to my idea of like how I was saying I don't think this event was like planned really for a lot of people. It was more like they were in DC and they saw, oh, there's an arcade going on, let's go check it out.
Yeah.
Because these people just kind of showed up. They played the game, and then they kind of went around, did their rounds, and then they came back. And they're like, "Hey, I want to play one more time." And they did it again, and then they saw there was a couple more people behind him, so they left. And then they came back, and his dad was telling me, he's like, "Yeah," he was just like, "I just want to go play one more game of that dude's game." And he sat down, and we basically just stayed here the rest of the week. I mean, the rest of the day. So
Yeah.
we were he showed me like his little kind of itinerary on his phone of the different events or the different museums they were going to go to, but they ended up staying there all weekend, or all week, all day, just playing the game.
Yeah. Dude, that's so
Oh.
cool, man.
It's intense.
It's
It's
so cool.
awesome. Yeah.
God.
But yeah.
Feeling love. Feeling the
Yeah.
love.
So what do you
Totally.
think, man? You want to play the game and talk to JC while we're playing it?
Well, I had one more question too before.
Okay, what's your question?
So-
Nobody knows where babies come from, man.
I sure as hell don't.
You don't? Chat. Tell me. I need
That-
help.
that is a dangerous question to ask, Chad.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, okay, guys, disregard that. No, I actually had a question. So you had a couple recent announcements as well, in addition to the Kickstarter. So you announced a new platform for the game as well, correct?
Hey, yeah, totally.
Yeah. Tell us about that, man.
And I thought I had it here, but I guess I just have the fucking doc. Let's see if I can show.
Oh, yes.
There it
Bam,
is.
Dude,
suckers.
oh my God, man.
Yeah.
So how long? Can you say like how long like you've been developing Forward Switch now?
Well, so the thing is, I was approved like quite a long time ago. Nintendo has this thing. I'm pretty sure I could say this, where they're obviously you could tell even just by buying a Switch, they're super backed up on orders, right?
Oh yeah.
So that was the thing, is I was approved a long time ago on Switch, but I couldn't say anything about it. I also didn't necessarily want to say anything about it because I didn't want it to be like the Vita type thing where, hey, you know, it's going to be on Vita, and then all of a sudden the game runs like ass.
Right.
So honestly, all I've been doing is going to like when I go to these different events and I see people with Switches, like I ask them if I could check them out and like check the games that they have. And I finally got to see Legend of Zelda running on it. Granted, I'm not Nintendo, so like that doesn't necessarily mean I just because they got Legend of Zelda running on the Switch, like I'm gonna get my game running on Switch, right? But it let me like I would pay attention to stuff like lighting and you know, little nerdy stuff like, you know, the distance in which the what is it called?
Like the
dude,
draw
I am
distance.
so there you go. Fuck, dude, you guys know that. I can't
Gotcha,
even
man.
think of the.
That's okay,
But yeah,
man. You just got off a
distance.
plane. It's all good.
Yeah,
It's all
dude.
good, man.
Fuck.
We got you.
Yeah, so that kind of stuff, right? So I'm always looking at little things like that and seeing how the frame rate runs and stuff, just so I can get an idea of like, okay, the Switch can do this, so it's just gonna take my ass like really trying to like nail how to pull this off. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
And luckily, like once I got the dev kit, I pushed the game to it. Unity's not magic, but it does, you know, let you push to a lot of platforms relatively easy. So pushing it to I had some problems at first. Finally figured it out, got it running, and yeah, it runs like, it doesn't run flawlessly, but from the beginning, it does run like really, really well. It's only when the chaos starts coming in where the frame rate just dips.
Yeah.
But it happens on PS4 and Xbox One also, so it's definitely a bottleneck I'm gonna have to look into. And yeah, again, it's something that I was hoping, if the Kickstarter works, that I could take way more time with. Sure. And that's the idea of speeding up the process. You know, it's not like, do you guys want this game early too? You know, like, even though that is part of it, it's more the idea of like, this is going to take me a while.
Sure.
And that's where the Kickstarter is super beneficial, is just the idea of, I can put every single second of the fucking day on trying to read the profiler and figure out what is causing those bottlenecks, and not be at some day job fucking, you know, like, I
just
don't even,
wasting
just
away,
withering
wanting
away,
to wanting to get home and fucking and work on the game.
I've been doing it. Like, I've been doing it. It's not like it's going to stop me. It's just, fuck, I really wish I could do that, but who wouldn't, you know?
No, absolutely.
So, how am I any different from anyone else? So whatever.
Well, you work a full-time job and you're developing your own fucking game. I feel like that's pretty impressive to say
Way
the
above
least.
what
Like,
we got going on.
yeah,
That's
like
for
I'm
sure.
like I don't know if I can get out of bed to eat breakfast this morning. I think I'm just gonna stay in bed until.
No, dude, you know
dinner.
what? You guys got your shit going too, and then you still have to do the stream, which also, you know, takes some energy, and, you know, having to be as fucking energetic and chipper as you guys are on your streams like that. That's not easy either, man.
We just have fun talking to you, man.
Yeah, I mean,
we
we're
just like
friends.
hanging out with you, dude.
I don't know if
Fucking
you guys
A, yeah.
know this, but the three of us are friends, right? So it's not like, you know, this is so relaxed. This is just like hanging out with a buddy. This isn't work, man. This is nothing. This isn't code. This isn't figuring out lighting or draw distance or what the hell is Unity and how do I make it go pew pew.
Unity.
So like, no, this is easy, man. This is
That's
we
awesome,
love you, man.
Yeah. Well, likewise, man.
Hell yeah. Oh, let's play this freaking game so I can rage
Yeah, is
out
that
real
cool,
quick.
man? Can we play the game live and?
Absolutely, man.
Okay,
Let's do
cool.
it. Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
we
I
got
don't
it
wanna-
queued
I don't
up.
wanna
Yeah, no, hell yeah, man.
break any rules.
I also kind of wanted to see, because I forgot what I did some changes over at Sam, but I didn't. I don't think I pushed him to Steam. But it's nothing game breaking. Like, anything that's in there right now is still in this build, so it's not like I fixed most of that stuff. I'm just curious to see. You guys probably won't notice. No, go ahead. But my point is, you guys won't notice the little tiny things that I will.
Okay. You
but
know
yeah.
what you'll have to do? You'll have to go to gameplay and you'll have to put the source in there. Trade secrets, guys.
Oh,
Sorry,
it's already
trade
no.
secrets.
It should already be in there.
Well, there's
I
the
gotta
website.
I gotta go to the website. Sources in there.
Speaking of things I forgot to do before we hit record.
No. I set this up. I'm just making sure because we're not gonna be able to see it, so I'll have to watch it on the.
Yeah. So one thing also I was going to point out while you guys do that is, I don't think XSplit likes putting in links to the website. Like, it won't play the video. It's probably some kind of DRM type thing.
Oh, okay.
I think this whole time people on the Kickstarter page have just been hearing it. No one's complaining in the chat that I see here from my side. All I'm paying attention to is the Kickstarter chat, because I want to make sure, for people who kind of follow my Twitch or YouTube channel, they'll be more familiar with what's going on. People that are probably just stumbling into the Kickstarter, which happens a lot, actually, dude. I've gotten a lot of, not too many, but enough of backers that are just kind of like randos, you know, like people that stumbled onto the Kickstarter.
All right, hang on. We're trying to figure out how to turn the sound down.
I don't hear it on my end, just so you guys know.
You don't? Okay.
No, and that's fine. Like, I mean, obviously I don't need to, but yeah, I don't know if that helps.
No,
you
well,
guys.
we can't hear you.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Well, if I turn up, hold on, I got it. Pause
Yeah.
it. Or keep pausing it?
You can't pause.
Take it, pause it.
Oh yeah. Just don't go in disaster's core. I don't know if you guys can hear me.
So what I'm gonna do? Is that coming through? It shouldn't be.
It probably is. Our mics are right there. Open up Skype real quick.
Stand by, guys. 1 second here.
We'll go to.
Oh,
There we go. Turn way down. Lower. Right there.
Okay. Genius, dude.
All
See,
right.
this is why.
Hey, can you hear us now, JC?
Yeah, dude. I
Perfect.
heard you guys the whole time.
Okay, cool.
Okay, cool. So that's it, man. We're good.
All right, let's go back to the game.
Back to the game. Okay, real quick, let's get going here. So you guys can see the game. You can hear the game, hopefully. We turned things down quite a bit. So the way it's set up, right? On the left side, you're killing the guys that are coming down, right? So those are the
you can't really see because we're
our stupid faces are in the way.
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead and
It's all good. Yeah.
get us out of there for a second.
okay.
We'll just play the game and talk so people can hear us over the game. And we'll go back to it in a minute, where they can see us. All right, cool.
There we go.
All right, we're out of there. All right, so on the left side, right, the guys that are coming down, those are the trackers, right? The enemies.
Yes.
Okay.
The enemies that come out on the left are the trackers. If you want me to explain it, that way you can just
Yes.
see-
actually,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah. Let's hear. I want to hear from the dev. Let's hear,
Yeah,
dude.
fucking A. All right, give me a sec. I actually messed something up. All right, so yeah, on the left-hand side, you have your you want to destroy the left, kill your enemies to earn your points. On the right-hand side, you're going to be recovering resources that are going to multiply those points. So yeah, if you notice, while he's on a resource and he kills an enemy, he's multiplying the points. So instead of like 5 points, you're getting 250 to 500, depending on the hazard bonus or the recovery bonus. So every time you're on a resource, notice at the bottom of the screen on the right side, it will say recovery bonus or hazard bonus. If it says hazard bonus, what that means is that the resource is actually close to a hazard, like a fireball or a fire pit, or something that'll kill you. So you're actually getting more of a bonus to incentivize you to stay on the resource instead of just kind of flying away from it. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And then on the left, you just want to kill the enemies. If you let them pass you, they will spawn on the right-hand side and come and basically take her out and take her material if you're not dead yet. Those upgrades. So this is something that's kind of changed since the last time you guys have played it. Again, those little subtle changes I was talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Not sure if you guys would notice, but
Oh, yeah.
every time you kill a tracker on the left side, that's what spawns material on the right side.
Oh.
Every time you pick up material, that's what spawns your upgrades on the left. So you can't do one without doing the other. You know how, I'm sure you guys saw this a lot as people were trying to cheese the, basically like, oh, well, I'm not going to do something over here. And I'm like, well, you're not going to get any points or resources. So yeah, do what you want. So I kind of, now I'm like, all right, well, fuck you guys. If you guys are going to try and do that, then you're not getting shit. So now it's like both sides, which I should have actually done from the beginning. But again, the motto of the studio has always been gameplay first, ask questions later. So now I'm in that ask questions later phase.
Oh, that's dope. See, that's one of the cool things too about being able to go to these cons, dude. Is you wouldn't have
Yeah.
I mean, you would have figured it out eventually, but like you get such like visceral, like on the ground knowledge from these people. You know, you get to watch them and see how everybody plays, man. Yeah, that's the best part.
Dude. Yeah, and so I don't know if he happens to be watching it all, but my boy, Tyler at PAX East, he's the reason. Well, him and Blaze are the reason why. I ended up adding shields to these guys that are coming at you. So these fucking assholes, you could blame on those dudes. Because so the whole point, and I've always said this, dude, is how can I fuck with the player somehow, right? But in this case, it was more like, oh fuck, they figured something out. Let me try and kind of counteract it in a way, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
So essentially, what they were doing is, like Scott right now has the repeater to max. So it's a lot easier for you to take out your enemies. But at the same time, oh, well, now you have the scatter shot also. So right before this level, though, before the level of the repeater anyway, if you do not get the scatter shot, then these enemies in front of you on the left side won't appear. So you can kind of keep cheesing the trackers on the left, right, and keep that repeater active. And let me know if this is not making sense, but the idea is that if you were to only have your repeater, those enemies wouldn't come up. So your chances of just kind of praying and spraying on the left-hand side are higher because you're able to just hold down the trigger and have no negative side effect outside of just using material to refill your link or whatever, right? But so the shields kind of lessen that now because if your weapons are not fully powered up on the left, You're actually tearing it up, dude. You're doing really fucking well.
I've been practicing.
Yeah, we totally rehearsed before we went live with you.
So now that you have all your weapons powered up on the left, you now have missiles, and that's how you can kill those voids in the background. Those voids in the background are obviously the most valuable enemy in the game. So if you notice, they reward you the most points. So your tracker is like 5 points. The guards in front, those guys don't give you any points. As a matter of fact, they take away points if you shoot them. And the voids in the back are worth 100 points. So if you think about it, stack on top of that any bonuses you have, you could get up to like 100,000 points in one shot, right?
Oh, nice.
And the other beneficial thing about the voids in the background is that those guys will instantly chain your multiplier. So who's playing right now? Is it Scott? Or
Yeah,
Scott
it's
is.
me.
Oh, cool. So on the right, Scott, notice you
Yep.
see the little hold button?
Yes.
Okay, so what that is, I don't know if you guys have figured this out on your own yet, but that is how you activate your shields.
Oh, okay.
So you're now activated at will, where before they were activated by picking up every third material would just instantly start up your shields, which basically starts up your multiplier on the left-hand side. So by doing that, by doing it automatically, it would basically overwhelm people without them really kind of wanting that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Sure.
And this was something I also learned from showing the game at the Mega Booth at GDC. I started to realize that a lot of people were getting overwhelmed by the enemies. And I don't know why it just clicked there more than any other event. But it made me realize, well, what if I could pace the game a little more? And that's where I decided the thing that instantly makes the chaos come in is your shields. So I make you activate your shields at will now, and that way, whenever you want to do it, you can do that, start chaining your multiplier and keep the enemies coming in, and that's where the ADHD, acronym comes into play, because it gets super intense.
Hell yeah. So tell us about these tiers when you extract, right? The game technically never ends, right? Until you extract.
And so, yeah, the whole point of extraction is that's how you keep your score. So what I want you to do, the whole purpose of the game is you have to extract to keep your score. So when you do, you get to the second tier. So this tier now has one more challenge associated with it, along with another bonus associated with it, as well as this wagering system. So this isn't final yet, but you get an idea of where I'm going with this.
Sure.
So what you do here with the wager is it's showing you that your last run was 26,000. So your position on tier 1 leaderboard is going to be 26,000, right?
Sure.
So right here, if you wager 100%, you're going to get this bucket of points to stack on top of whatever score you leave with this time. However, if you die, not only are you going to wipe that score, you're going to wipe your last leaderboard position also. So your 26,000, zero.
Gone.
Oh, that is devious.
Dude, that's so cool though, man, because that really it adds like another level of
that's awesome.
depth in chasing the top of the scoreboard, man. That's so cool. I love that.
I'll do 25%. I'm scared.
Yeah, so it's the thing. Yeah, if you do 25%, here's the thing: is it you obviously have a lower bucket of points, but you also, if you wipe, then your leaderboard position is now going to go to that score.
Sure.
So yeah, now if you die right now, obviously the code isn't working in this version, but that's basically what would happen. So this is kind of the thing I'm trying to figure out whether to explain this in the game or just kind of let the community hopefully figure it out on their own. But for anyone who's watching, you guys are getting pro level tips here.
Oh yeah.
So up on the top left hand side, it says wager 655, right? Or 6,555. So that's the amount that Scott wagered. So what you have to do is you have to reach that score on the destruction side only. So notice the destruction right now that Scott's caused is 30.
Yeah.
So it needs to reach 6,555 in that score, not your overall score. So not in the 60. The 60 in the center of the screen, that is your final score. So your destruction multiplied by your material, that is your score. When you extract the level, that's what your score is going to be. Some people confuse having to reach that score with your wager up.
Ah, okay.
Interesting. Okay.
I know it's super over-complicated kind of shit, but
No, it's fine though.
Yeah, it's stuff that I have a lot more faith in the player. They would kind of figure that out.
Sure.
But yeah, so check this out. So this is the tier 2 challenge. Is now you have heat-seeking fireballs, but if keep them from hitting your ship, you're multiplying your score by 2,000. So notice on the left, every shot is worth 20,000 points. So look at Scott's score now, right?
Yeah, it just exploded.
Yeah. So this is where it also tests your like greediness or whatever, and this is where the risk 'em up idea comes into play, because now you're like, holy shit, I'm getting points a lot quicker. You know, you're trying to push yourself even more, and that's where once you die, yeah, your position's gone, man.
You did. You did for
man.
good.
Yeah, totally. But yeah, I mean, the gameplay itself is you know, it's an arcadey, you know, score-based shooter, man. It's nothing super. Well, I mean, it has some complexities or whatever, but
It's unique though. I think that's the most tantalizing thing and like the coolest thing. Why the game stands out so much for me in particular is because it's so unique. It has so many fresh ideas that kind of challenge the player in ways that they really haven't been challenged before. I think that's like
Right.
one of the coolest things, man.
Yeah, I feel pretty challenged with
it's
this.
the part of your brain that hasn't been tickled before, right? Sorta.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. You're tickling all parts of my brain, man.
Tickling all kinds of things.
Tickling it all. Tickle, tickle, tickle. All right. So what are the upgrades on the right side? So you have like this awareness engine. What does that do?
So on the right-hand side, you have your BFP, your boost, your awareness engine, and your danger sensor.
Okay.
So on the right side, when you boost, which is holding the right bumper and moving, you actually take way less damage when you're boosting. If you're boosting and you activate your shields, you don't take damage at all. So also, if you were to have your shields active and you boosted through that tracker that's chasing them on the right, when they're damaged like that, you actually get 5 material for them.
Oh, red.
Oh, sweet.
So that's kind of where this is the whole idea of where I want the game to be complete fucking chaos, and you just boosting through everything and really pushing yourself to try and do something you weren't, you know, you're not fully comfortable with, but you're still getting a lot for it, and hoping that you feel rewarded for it, right? Because you're obviously being like kind of careless, but if you're really paying attention, you really get rewarded for it.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that's where like that intensity comes in.
No
But
risk,
the
no
awareness-
reward.
Yeah, so you do have it, Scott. So if you
Yep.
hold the right trigger, you pull
Oh.
the camera back.
Okay.
So
Oh.
the thing is, you can't boost while you're doing that. So that's kind of another thing. Also, your hitbox is a little harder to detect because the screen's blurred out. So you might underestimate or overestimate where an enemy's gonna, pass by, and you take damage for it. So everything has its like opposite reaction for every action you do, I guess. If that makes sense, yeah.
Definitely.
Dude, I'm like on the edge of my seat watching you right now, Scott. You're making me so nervous.
I took an Adderall before we did the show.
Superhuman.
Really are like, yeah, you're doing really well, man. I could tell. Like, yeah, I'm sure people who have watched your show know the whole story of how you got to know me and how we both got to know each other on that stage at XSplit, man.
Oh,
But,
yeah, man.
yeah, you are redeeming yourself like massive style, dude.
I know, it's my favorite video to watch sometimes, too. I'm like, man, I'm so bad. And I said it, too. I was like, oh, this is going to be awful.
But for like how you did that, like you totally just didn't know anything about this game, and you came up on stage and just like, yeah, sure, I'll try it.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, totally, man.
Ugh,
Oh
missed
yes,
it.
I was actually gonna mention the center of the screen, like disastrous core. There's like, oh shit. Okay, so this is the thing. This is like where your health gets like super rad, because yeah. So awesome, dude. I kind of wanted you to go there anyway because I wanted you to show like tier 3 or whatever. But yeah, so when you have really low health, people always ask like, well, how do I repair the health on the right-hand side?
Sure.
And I always tell them it's like, well, your health is permanent, and the reason being is the lower your health is, you actually get a health bonus for having low health. It's meant to incentivize you to stay in the game instead of like just kind of giving up and starting over. But obviously the whole risk is that if you die, yeah, you wipe everything.
Oof.
I actually can't see PJ's score there because it's kind of cut off on my.
So the mission accomplished, it's 700,400, or I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. 742,485.
On the right, well, it's the same on the right side. I think. Do they?
I'm logged in as you, so
Yeah.
Step
Do the
Dude's number
scoreboards
one on
update
there.
every day? When do you update the scoreboards?
So the scoreboards just update as the player plays right now. So
Okay.
yeah, the thing is right now, if you start another game, that position's going to be gone. And of course, obviously, that's not the final code, so it's not going to do that.
Right.
Essentially, what happened is you would have kept. There's going to be three leaderboards for every tier, or one tier, a leaderboard for every tier. So there's
Right.
3 tiers.
Okay.
So your score on the leaderboard for tier 1 would have been saved, PJ, because obviously he left. So yeah, I forgot what your score was though. So it would have been
It's like 26,000, I think, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
You obviously got the wager, so you got that. And yeah, so now tier 3 is going to be something. Have you gotten here yet?
No, this is my first time on tier 3.
Oh shit. Okay.
That's promising.
It's gonna be awesome. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, this is gonna be rad, dude. Man, and this is where I'm having the most fun right now because the rest of the game is obviously the same. So again, every tier is the same. The gameplay is the exact same. You're still doing the exact same thing, but the third tier is the final tier, but it basically is going to add some other challenge to the game.
Sure.
Again, associated with more bonuses. And you'll see what happens here. But this is where I'm having the most fun right now because obviously kind of the rest of the game is done. Now what I'm doing here is finding new ways to fuck with the players.
Oh
So
my
Beautiful.
god. I love
Yeah,
that.
so-
I love that
yeah.
so much.
it's awesome, dude. So here we go. Like the EVA bonus in the center. When that timer finishes, we'll see what you get. Okay, treasure troll. This isn't a bad one. This is actually one of those where I was like, I gotta be nice every once in a while.
Sure.
So yeah,
Oops.
if you don't use any material right now because you're gonna be, as long as you survive this, you'll be re-linked at 77%.
Okay.
So just pushing your link. Don't worry about re-linking, and you'll get 6 material. So there you go.
Oh, cool.
You got scores now 600 automatically because you
sweet.
got 6 material. So every time you pick up material or you sacrifice material, that's what's gonna initiate the EVA control bonuses.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Man.
This is
Yeah.
gonna.
Oh my god, this is so dangerous. Except your score is
Yeah.
now 480,000. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm doing all right.
Also, yeah, because it's tier 3, you're multiplying every point at a level of at a base rate of 3 anyway. So there's that as well.
Oh, there's
and all
that.
of the bonuses stack on top of each other, so totally. Let's see what you get here. Yeah, all of these are totally randomized. I'll get into this in a bit. But,
Oh,
okay, so-
Jesus.
Fuck yeah, this is.
Why would you
is
do this?
probably
Oh
the-
god.
Oh,
Controls
shit,
inverted.
dude,
The controls
this
are-
is the
oh.
worst one. Yeah, your up is down, down is up. Ah!
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. So bam, you
Oh my
lost everything. Like, yeah, all of your leaderboard positions are gone now. But here's the thing, right? So I get a lot of crap about this. I mean, not too much, but enough. Where people ask, well, like, what the fuck, man? Why would I want to play your game if I lost my leaderboard position? But, and you guys could totally disagree with me on this also if you want, dude. Absolutely. But my thing is, if you were playing a game right now where you had that position, that leaderboard position of, what was it, 814,000
Sure.
that you had, I guess?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
817.
It's like, I don't know. I feel like what purpose would there be for that anyway? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, yeah, you keep that position, but like this whole thing of like freaking out, like, oh my god, I died. Like, there's more involved in that as opposed to like, okay, well, you know, like Scott's still gonna see I had 814,000. My thing is, I feel that you would be like, fuck, I need to get another score before Scott gets home and checks
Right.
the leaderboard because now he's going to see that I lost it. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's where that loop is going to be. And I might be completely fucking wrong. And people are just going to hit that refund button on Steam or something. But I don't know. Like, fuck it. You know, if you want to play something else, go play something else then.
Nah, fuck that, man. This game's
yeah,
the
yeah.
dopest.
Yeah, it's a lot of
I
fun.
don't know. And maybe it'll be the start of something new, you know, like maybe some
do this.
people will start to do that. I mean, I haven't played Hellblade, but I've been hearing some things, just kind of like checking out my news feeds here and there. Hellblade actually, I think, just came out yesterday, I want to say. Apparently, it has some kind of save system thing too.
Yeah, if you die so much or like too much that it just deletes all your saves, right?
Like, I think that's
What?
fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Are you serious?
Yeah, like if you die too much, you're like, nope, you start over. You're done. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's kind of like so imagine, I mean, just because I think it's Ninja Theory who's working on it, so you got to think about playing like a Devil May Cry, right? And you're getting up to a certain point, but you start to die a lot. Yeah, it's just gonna delete your file, and you're gonna have to start at the very beginning instead of being at like Zeus or whatever. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I have to play it first and see, because I think the most important part is it fair?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, granted, this game, like the gameplay loop is smaller, so like I think like Hellblade has like a whole fucking story and cutscenes and all sorts of stuff. So who knows how tedious that would be?
Sure.
You know, obviously that's kind of how I designed this game. Is well, outside of the fact that I don't have the skills to really pull off like, you know, storyboards and shit like that. So
Well, do you have like a narrative for the game?
yeah, totally, I do. And when I first started designing the game, I had it in the sense of just being able to give purpose to what you're doing.
Right.
But again, the whole concept of gameplay first, ask questions later was a hella more important. So I started focusing on that. But yeah, totally. Essentially, it's these two ships were both partners. You know, they're on the planet. I have names for shit too, right? So like obviously, I'm always talking about the Disastrous Core. You're on the planet of Disastrous. The material you're picking up is called Cypher. That's more of a Metal Gear reference than anything else.
Yeah, that's rad.
Kept you waiting, huh?
Like, you know, she was sent to the planet to recover material, to basically save the planet that they're from. But by coming to this planet, they lost, what is it called? They lost connection to her, and the last transmission was like forever ago. So they sent the HRD, which is the assault vessel, to go fucking tear shit up and bring her back. And now you found her, so this is where the game essentially starts, is you found her, you're ready to like get the fuck out of the level, but you still want to leave with everything that you can, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, that's kind of, yeah, it's like the Mario explanation of a level, right? It's like Peach is always being stolen, but the details of it really don't matter. It's like, what are you doing, you know? How are you wrecking shop to like rescue her or whatever?
So do you
Sorry,
have like
Mario.
do you have like exclusive Nintendo Switch like Bowser DLC or something incoming, or
Oh,
what?
right, dude. So, oh man,
Amiibo support?
I actually can't talk about that kind of stuff, but yeah,
Oh.
there's some stuff I wish I could talk about, man. That like,
It's all good.
I also don't like being negative. I like focusing more on the positive stuff.
Of course, man.
But yeah, I really wish. I'll just say I really wish there was a little more communication on that front.
Fair enough.
Yeah, because I would love to do so many things. But yeah, a lot of that stuff's out of my control. I'll just.
Well, I mean, if it's any consolation, you're doing a kick-ass job with what you have. So I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, so the thing is also, when you start up the game, like you see like the options, and there's like the first option everyone always asks is like, what's prologue? And originally, when I first started designing the game, the prologue was supposed to be the tutorial. So it was supposed to have like a mission where, you know, it explains the game to you. And when I first submitted the game to, I want to say it was PAX. PAX was probably one of the first submissions I did. I made a tutorial that had the explanation of the story and stuff. So if you go back and look at the PlayStation announcement trailer, that voiceover is in there.
Nice.
And that voiceover was supposed to be the original like story kind of element to the game and explaining what you were doing. And it was all audio cues. So it was like, we're here on this planet and we got to pick this up and you got to do this or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So my friend Clarissa, she's the one who does the voice for the right ship. And so her grunts are actually still in there. That's kind of like the only thing that's in the game.
Oh,
so
that's
when you
kinda
hear that, that's my friend Clarissa doing that stuff. Yeah.
that's awesome.
But yeah, so she did the voice of the DFR, the girl in the ship or whatever. And it's all there. It was just like, you know, we're doing this. This is how we exit. This is how we do this. But like, it slowed the game down, and people weren't listening to it. They weren't paying attention to it anyway.
Right.
So I was putting all of this work into teaching people how to play the game when they weren't even like paying attention to it anyway. And I would still get review feedback that would say, hey, we don't know what we're doing. And I'm like, what? Like, really? Put all of this thought into like showing you guys how to do this. And also, again, it just slowed down the game. And right now there's so many complexities in the way the game is played. Like, again, little details in how the bonuses work and what the Disastrous Core does if you stay in there too long. But like, I play Spelunky, you know, like nobody taught me how to the game itself actually didn't teach me how to play Spelunky. Watching streams of people play Spelunky is what taught me how to play it, you know?
Yeah.
Still, we're at that level where, you know, even if you guys decide to stream this later on when the game's done or whatever, like, even if you guys are telling people, like, oh, well, this is what's going on, like, someone is bound to ask. And this is the whole point, again, that goes back to Ask an Enemy, is, like, ask a question, right? So, like, if you see something like, wait a minute, why is recovery, what's that doing, you know? And then you would tell them, oh, well, if I'm on this, if I do this, then this blows this up, or this gives me this many points, you know?
Right.
I'm banking on that, dude. Like, I really am. I'm not gonna. Really am not gonna focus too much on trying to teach people how to play the game. I'm still trying to tailor as much as possible and make it as obvious as possible, you know what I mean, for people, because when you're in the game, it's really hard for you to kind of focus on what's going on.
Sure.
I do not doubt that for a second, and I wouldn't argue that point at all, because it's definitely true. But, I mean, you would see on the screen, hold, well, what would you do? Would you try and hold the button? Yeah. And then if it did something, you would be like, okay, I know what that does. But then if you die, I think that's kind of where the thing happens, right? It's like, well, what happened there? But you're going to start the game back up and hopefully try and figure out what that was.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, when you block out like that entirely, you start to lose 10% of your score every 5 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It costs you more resources to bring that side back. So your score will immediately drop by 4 because you're obviously sacrificing 4 material. And material is how you multiply your score. So yeah, totally.
Oh, I'm sorry. You go ahead.
Man, that was it. It was just the sacrifice.
I was gonna ask what drops the link. What degrades the link?
Good question. So this is something I'm actually going to work on. Again, I was about to say something. Yeah, I'm trying to catch myself on a lot of little things. The link drops every time you shoot and you move.
Okay.
So what I'm going to work on is it's going to spew out from the center of the screen. So whenever you move, it's going to kind of like what what is it? In BioShock, when you shoot an enemy, you could tell the damage you're causing. You know what I mean? You'll see the 10% or whatever.
Right.
That's going to come out of the center. So it's going to tell you so that when you move, you'll make that connection. You'll see the link start to shoot out, because obviously the circle and the amount itself isn't enough, right? Because you're obviously paying attention to what you're doing.
Right.
So the link isn't necessarily as obvious. I'm going to see if that works at this next event. And if it doesn't, then I'll just take it out.
What are the next events that you have upcoming? Where if anybody in chat would like to come and meet you, where would they be able to see you?
So I will be at XPO in Tulsa, Oklahoma, unless another tornado comes in and blows up the city or something. Yeah, have you guys heard that? There's a bunch of tornadoes happening right now.
No, I didn't hear that. Yikes.
Oh yeah, totally, man.
Yikes.
Like, people were just hanging out at the TGI Fridays, and I guess because they have, you know, they obviously get tornadoes a lot. They have this like warning system, like the bells and shit or whatever.
Yep.
Or whatever. And they didn't go off, so people were just hanging out at a Fridays or whatever, and all of a sudden, like, just shit's blowing all over the place. Yeah.
Holy shit.
It was crazy, man. But yeah, anyway, sorry.
No, you're good, man.
There. XPO October 13th through the 16th. And I actually can say I'll be at PAX West.
Yeah.
I can't say anything more than that, though.
Fair enough.
If you guys are at PAX West, stop by and say hello.
Hell yeah, and you should play the game.
Yeah,
It'd be
I
worth
really
it.
think it's one of those things, right, that like playing it is like really helps you understand it. Kind of like watching it like this. Yeah, it might look interesting, it might look cool, but yeah, playing it I think is where you'll find out if it clicks for you or not. I actually just realized that there's a bug there too. It doesn't show you what tier you're on.
Oh, okay. Was it supposed to?
Yeah, it's supposed to tell you the tier and your the time you're taking, how much time you're taking in the game.
Oh.
Ah.
Well, see, there you go, man. Look it.
Yeah.
Doing work now, man.
That's what I'm talking about, dude. It really is like watching people play when I can actually just focus on looking at it is like absolutely priceless. Yeah, I learned so much from just watching other people play it.
100% wager on that one.
100%.
Yeah.
Going balls to
It's
the
your
wall.
account. Who cares?
Hey, man. It's fine. Give me the super ultra high score and we'll just leave it.
Yeah, dude, you guys are actually doing really, really well, man. Oh, but yeah, so the thing with tier 3, if you guys don't mind me talking about this real quick.
Do it.
Go for it. Yeah, absolutely.
The thing with tier 3 was it was originally supposed to be like the Twitch integration. So like right now, if your chat wanted to like basically come in on and watch you play the game, they could fuck with your game. So that's where all of those like EVA control bonuses come in. Is your chat would be like, all right, well, let's fuck with them with inversion. So they would type it into the chat, and then based on how many people would vote on a specific one, you would get that specific EVA control. But yeah, that was way more than I could figure out. But I really like the way people would freak out when I would show it to them, though, right? Like, so I just made it part of the game. So I basically just made it tier 3. And I think it's kind of cool because now it has this kind of natural progression that I kind of didn't really plan for, if that makes sense, right?
Right.
But yeah, that's kind of where the whole idea of tier 3 came, was to find different ways to like allow the people watching you play to make it more interesting than just someone just kind of watching you play and you're talking about stuff.
Sure. I always really enjoy the, Twitch integration stuff, but,
Yeah.
it does seem
Well,
like it would be difficult to code in.
Yeah, well, it's also something that that's another meeting I had at E3 with. I had a meeting with Microsoft with the people that do the mixer thing.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So I was actually going to ask you guys about this because since you guys are on Twitch all the time and doing this kind of stuff, well, the thing is with Mixer, obviously it's a completely different platform, right?
Sure.
Right.
So I'm always curious to know whether it's worth the time to put the work into the Mixer thing, because with Mixer, the streamer can actually put in the commands to mess with the game itself. So I don't think, as long as the input is there from my end.
I'm not too sure. I haven't used Mixer, so
Yeah,
I'm not.
neither
100%
have I. I'm
sure
not
on it.
100% familiar with the platform. That sounds awesome, though. I mean, that sounds like
This is the point I was trying to make. I was trying to remember because so when I showed the game at Evo like a couple of weeks ago, there was a streamer there who specifically used Mixer. Like that's what he used. He didn't use Twitch or anything like that. And the reason being is because he would set up like old school emulator games, and he would just set up the stream, and then you can actually set up on Mixer like the input, so like left and right, up and down, and all that kind of stuff. And then the chat would basically they could just click buttons and control the games that way. So I'm sure you guys have heard of like Twitch plays Pokemon
Yes.
and stuff like that.
yeah. I was just thinking that.
That was essentially what he was doing with Mixer. And so he came up with the idea. He was like, dude, with your game, it would be fucking awesome if we could have the community play one side and I'll play the other. And I was like, oh shit, that's rad. So, and then I told him, I was like, well, what would you need from me to do that? And he's like, honestly, all I would need is your game, because I would just set up the inputs from my side. So as long as, I'm just going to be adding left and right as a keyboard control to the screen, and then they would just click on it, and that's how that would work. And I'm like, oh shit, that sounds really cool. So like, it's an awesome thing, but like, how many people are really going to take advantage of that, Where like Twitch is so big, and then you have people on YouTube and stuff like that. Where
True.
Twitch is probably still bigger than all the other platforms, right?
At the moment, yes.
Well, I mean, yeah, in terms of live streaming, I mean, obviously YouTube has more viewers just based on like VODs and everything, but Twitch is definitely, I think, the most viewed like live streaming platform.
For video games in particular?
I would say so. Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I mean, YouTube's platform, like trying to watch like live streams on YouTube is abysmal. Trying to find like live streams and stuff. I don't know. It's very unorganized.
Streaming on there is good.
Yeah, streaming on it isn't bad, but just trying to find like a compelling stream, I think they make it too difficult.
Right on. Yeah, that makes absolute sense, dude. Because yeah, that's true. It's like, All right. But anyway, that was one of those things where I was like, well, then why would I need to put the work into that? Maybe someone could just do it if they have I mean, I would love to, right? Like, I would love to be like, but again, it goes more into that thing of like, well, I'm trying to put all this work into promote something that Microsoft wants me to promote. Where is my part of the bargain there, right?
Right.
And like, what am I getting out of this outside of doing that? Only because it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I would love to do that, but I'm like, well, how do I benefit from that if someone's going to be watching on Twitch? Like, they're not going to be able to interact with the player that way, so that kind of sucks for them.
Yeah, that it almost kind of like, I don't know, leaves out the Twitch viewers, so to speak.
Yeah, exactly. Well, because I also started thinking about Restream and stuff too, how like some people use Restream. That completely bypasses Mixer and everything too. And I brought that up with him, but to be honest with you, I don't remember what his answer was. Holy shit, man.
Dude.
Yeah, this is the thing,
Jesus.
right? Is you can kind of just, you get in this zone sometime where you like kind of don't even really have to pay attention anymore. You just flow with it.
Well, I mean, your score, dude. What are you doing right now? He's like laser focused right now. I don't know. We're kind of small in the corner. He's in. Oh my god.
Yeah.
He's
Hell
in the
yeah,
game
man.
right now.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, because on my side through the Skype, it's kind of like, it actually looks really cool. I'm actually gonna take a picture of this because it looks awesome. It's like totally artifacting up and everything, and it looks pretty fucking rad. So I can't really tell what you guys are doing, but I can see your score. I just see a bunch of...
Yeah, I think that might be the internet. It's just our stream.
Yeah. Oh, it's all good. I mean, I can see the Twitch stream on the left side, and it's actually... It looks fine.
So do you have any other like plans? Any like you've been doing a lot of VR. Do you have any like VR plans for the game or anything that you'd like to integrate?
Yeah, dude. Like, I actually bought a PlayStation VR because I have the dev kit, so I figured why not?
Yeah.
I have access to all that stuff. I could, maybe it's a little easier than on Vive. But yeah, I would love to do. I have some ideas on what I would like to do with this game in VR, but it would be more like, that's definitely something I would explore after the fact. You know what I mean? Like, once the game's out, then depending on how well it's doing or how much interest it has, then I could ask the community and be like, hey guys, do you want me to work on this VR idea I have, and then just throw it in there, and if necessary, maybe charge for the upgrade, but I would prefer not to.
Oh yeah, of course.
But yeah, dude, I would totally love to look into VR, because like there's some cool stuff happening in VR, but yeah, a lot of it is more like story-based stuff, which I'm not really into. I'm more into like the space pirate trainer kind of stuff.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, that's a Vive game, right? Or the Vive
Yeah.
demos?
Yeah,
That's fun.
Yeah, and I even picked up Farpoint specifically just to get the aim controller, because that's another thing I wanted to experiment with.
Sure.
So that was the other reason why I was like, oh yeah, PlayStation VR, that sounds like something I would...
Oh yeah, we still need to play co-op together to check it
Fucking
out.
A, dude. Yeah, I would love to do that.
Yeah,
I want to
yeah.
see how that would work.
We should do that next week.
Yeah, you want to play next week, next Wednesday?
I'm fucked down. Yeah, totally.
All
Yeah,
right, cool.
cool, man.
Yeah, because I have not tried co-op in that at all, man, and I would really like to see... Have you guys tried the co-op at all?
No,
No, not yet.
no, you're the
Okay,
only person
cool.
I know that has it.
Oh, shit, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I would be so down to do that.
Sweet. Let's do it, man.
Because I read an article, like, briefly on how it would work, and it just seems like it's like a horde mode, right? But the way the movement actually works in that game, it seems like it would be really cool. You know what I mean? Like, granted, the enemy movements and stuff like that isn't that cool, and the inferior tech of just, like, we could go on forever about that, but just the way the PlayStation VR is a little tracky, if that makes sense.
No, I feel you, because we'll be playing, and then it's like, oh, this is going really well. I've moved a quarter of an inch, and now everything's falling apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you end up, like, you have the gun at first, it's like right on, right? Like, it feels really good. But then by the end of like an hour-long play session, you end up, you're in the game, you're aiming straight, but you realize you're kind of doing this kind of thing.
Sure, I mean, like at the ground or at the ceiling.
Like,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know, just contorting your
feels
body.
weird. Yeah, totally. But it's also like one of those things where I don't know if it's programmed to do this or not, or maybe it was just luck on my side, but when that happens, I kind of just shake the controller really quick and then it lines up again.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that's
fix.
by design. Yeah.
Probably not. I would imagine not, because it makes no sense.
Yeah. But it sucks too, man, because like you put it up in front of it, and I think it tries to think, oh, I think this is the headset. No, it's the gun. No, it's the headset. You know what I mean? And it does that tracking thing. So, yeah, I don't know.
Oh,
There's some stuff there that's kind of frustrating, but at the same time, I still had enough fun with it where I'm like, hell yeah, I definitely want to see how this works in co-op.
Sure. I mean, I did enjoy the game. I mean, there were issues with it, but I mean, I really did enjoy it.
So did you finish it?
No. I guess I didn't enjoy it that much.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's kind of the thing, right? Is you don't have to finish it. You could just play enough of it to where you get a feel for the controls and you're like, man, someone, like, even at this point is doing something really cool. Like, someone's going to do something really cool with this thing at some point, you know?
Oh, game over.
Oh my god,
dude!
That's
so
it.
I was not paying attention, but I was, and I was about to say something. That's kind of what threw me off there. Is that you had death sentence? So again, yeah, for people who are watching, that is tier 3. Death sentence will immediately drop you down to like the lowest possible health. And again, that's also not final. It's going to shift between the 3 different health bonuses, which is critical or whatever. But yeah, death sentence drops you down. And one more hit and you're gone. But again, your bonus points are like massive because not only are you getting the sliver bullet bonus, you're also getting whatever other bonus you're getting for killing the enemies and stuff too. So, oh man.
Yeah, it was so close. Yet so far.
Video on my Facebook because my girlfriend was with me, and the awesome part about that was she was able to take some photos and stuff and video while I was talking to people about the game. She was doing Facebook Live videos of people's reactions when they would get to tier 3 because that's the best.
Yeah.
And the guy who was doing that, and he was like totally into it, and then just bam, death sentence got him, and he took him out, and it was awesome, dude. Those are the reactions I'm talking about.
Yeah, I felt so like that tier 3, like everything's good on tier 1 and 2, but as soon as you hit tier 3, it's like forget everything you know. This is insanity. It's the game hasn't changed, but everything is different. You know, you just go in with that sense of dread, like, yeah, I'm totally screwed no matter what I do. But it's fun though. I mean, it's still fun. It's still very fun.
But yeah, I mean that's the game, dude. Outside of like some bug fixes here and there, and some audio cues because there's some audio missing from like. I want the music at when you actually leave to be like, you know, like something fucking. Sure. So that kind of stuff is still that's what I'm saying. Final 10%, man.
That's it, man. Almost there. So you guys like that game? Holy crap! Get on the Kickstarter, guys.
Yes, I'm posting the link to the Kickstarter one more time in chat, guys. Check it out. Get in there. Check it out. Watch the video.
Yeah.
Check out more about the awesome title from our boy Jaycee.
We're in that video too.
We are. Yeah. No big deal. NBD, but
yeah, I actually made it my cover photo because it was fucking cool. I love it. Like the cover photo video thing is that I call it the supercut of all of you guys doing all that.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I didn't even know you could do that. I didn't know you could do that totally. On Facebook, man. That's rad.
Yeah, it only shows up on the desktop though, so it doesn't. If you see your guys' page or whatever on Facebook, it would just show a static image, which kind of sucks. But whatever. Get on it, Zuckerberg.
Do it.
Yeah, we're calling you out, Marky Mark. We know you're in chat.
Call Mark right now.
Yeah, we'll give him a call.
Yeah.
We'll hook that up.
Yeah, man. Hey, thank you so much, man.
Yes.
We really do appreciate your time. I know that you got home, probably want to work on the game a little bit, so we know your time is extremely valuable. We have a full-time job and developing a dual-hand disaster tracker. It is insanely fun.
Yes. Yeah, man. Do you have anything else you want to add? Anything else you want to tell the our lovely viewers here?
No, man. Just I'll have what the announcement is on Friday. I think they're gonna announce it at 9 a.m. There's an announcement coming. So
Sweet.
Hell yeah.
Friday, 9 a.m.
Cool.
Just follow them on the social medias, the Twitters, the Facebooks.
Where can we see that announcement? Is that gonna be on Facebook, Twitter, everything?
Yeah, it should be. Yeah, because if I tell you, it would tell you exactly what it is. But,
fair enough. Okay. All right, no
just,
spoilers.
Yeah, social media, and obviously I'll post it for sure, of course.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, like, I really appreciate you guys even taking the time to do this too. And
yes,
no, man, it is
pleasure,
absolutely our pleasure.
It's our pleasure.
We like hanging out with you. We like talking to you. I mean, when we were in Boston, we had a really good time with you. So, man, it's really the pleasure's ours, man.
Yeah,
seriously.
But and to piggyback on that next week for real. If you want to do that, we can do another Slightly Original
Yeah,
Presents.
without a
and
doubt, dude. I'm down.
Okay,
Yeah, we'll
cool.
play
What day
Farpoint
do you
Co-op.
guys want to
Yeah,
do it?
perfect, man. All right.
Just tell me what day you guys want to do it, and I'm down. For
Wednesdays. We're
Yeah.
doing this. This is our
Okay.
new show. You're on the first episode,
Yeah, this
man.
is the inaugural episode of Slightly
yeah.
Original Presents,
All right.
dude. Yeah, man.
Sure. Oh yeah.
So yeah, like Sundays we do the talk show, right, where we do like video game news of the week and which is shtick basically, just nonsense. But now
Okay.
we were talking about we want to play games now because I mean we play games all the time, so why not do it on the Slightly Original show? So Slightly Original presents whatever game we're playing that week.
Yeah, totally, man.
With
Yeah,
special guests.
Fuck,
With special
Wednesday is perfect for me too, because that's Wednesdays those days where it's just like, yeah, I can work on the game, but if I could do this with you guys, that'd be rad.
Hell
down.
yes. Hell
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Cool. Well, that's it for the first episode. Thanks, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thank
it. If you guys have not followed him already, the Facebook link is there. The Kickstarter's there if you want to check that out, as well as his Twitter should be on there, too.
Yes, I believe Basil posted that as well.
Yeah, Basil
Yep.
did it. So, yep, it's up there. It's in chat, guys. Check it out. And that's it.
I was
Yo.
going to say one more thing, and that
Yeah.
was just that I started a Twitter poll. So if you guys want to go check it out, it's just a poll to judge which platform, now that all the platforms are announced, which platform people are most interested in.
I voted for that already.
I think so far it's PS4 by like a small margin.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just a dumbass poll that I thought I'd put up there to see. I'm curious,
Sure, absolutely. I'm going to actually post the link to that specific tweet
Yeah.
in chat right
There it
now,
is.
guys. So if you're looking for that specific tweet, it is right there in chat for your eyeballs and your
PS4 is
pleasure.
number one.
Is it so far?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Nintendo
right.
Switch is second, Steam is third, and Xbox One is coming up in the rear with fourth place. 17% of the vote.
Yeah, I voted for Xbox.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why I said like disappointed. Like,
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Fucking Xbox,
yeah,
man.
boo, right?
Yeah.
Do it!
Well, no, yeah. Well, yeah. They complicate things a little too much too, man. And that's one of the reasons why it wasn't in the tiers originally.
Sure.
But yeah, it's in there now. So yeah, if you guys still back the Kickstarter and it becomes successful, there's still 3 more days, guys.
Yes.
Glass always half full.
Yes. Get in there.
Fucking A, man. Seriously.
Get in there.
Yeah, totally. So yeah, there's a free Xbox One code for every tier, $25 or over. Every tier after that has
Hell
Xbox
yeah.
One. So
Sweet.
essentially, you're pretty much getting three copies of the game.
Absolutely. I dig it, man.
Okay.
I dig it. Because I remember, it was like PlayStation and PC code from what I was looking
Yeah.
at for the
PS4
tiers.
and Steam, yeah. Well, because they make things like super easy, dude. So
I'm sure
again,
they
it
do.
goes back to the idea of like when you're planning out the reward tiers and stuff. Like, yeah, I could tell you guys in private some of this stuff.
Oh,
is
of
kinda
course,
cool.
man. Of course.
But yeah,
We got you, dude. All right, cool. Well, hey, that's it. We don't have an outro or anything prepared
No, we
for
don't.
this
Yeah,
show.
this is essentially this. I mean, like we said, this is our first episode. So yeah, yes, dude.
Slightly original.
We're gonna clip that, and that's gonna be the outro from now on.
That'll be it.
Yeah, we're
Fucking
clipping
A,
that.
man. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
No, man, that's it. So this is, guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been episode 1 of Slightly Original Presents, our new premiere Wednesday night event extravaganza.
So you can find it on our website at slightlyoriginal.com.
Yes.
That's easy, right?
It's pretty easy.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty
No
good.
underscores or any
We wanted
business.
to do it at AOL. .com, but apparently you can't do that anymore.
Yeah, no, I guess you can't do that anymore.
And then we had it set up for
I always say,
GeoCities.
don't trust anybody with an AOL.com account, dude.
Fair enough.
True.
ASL.
Yeah, I was just goofing on somebody the other day. Actually, they had a Comcast email, but it was like their professional email. I was like, dude, oh boy.
Oh, come on.
Hey, Tomato Jones 69. Thank you so much for that follow.
Absolutely. So yeah, we'll see you guys later.
Yes.
Are we gonna do the awkward fade out? I think that's what we'll do. We'll just sit here for a minute and be like, yeah, the show's over, guys. Bye.
Dun, dun, dun,
And then we'll just
dun,
stop
dun,
it.
We're going out. I don't know.
That's it, right?
Yeah, I guess that's it.
Okay. Well,
yeah,
that's
Nintendo Switch.
Switch.
Well, what? All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching.
bye now.
Say bye. Bye bye.
Yeah, we'll need an outro.
Okay.